Tech companies across the industry are doubling down on their investments into artificial intelligence. Meanwhile, regulators are trying to keep pace and set responsible boundaries as users have created controversial images of people as famous as Taylor Swift. Generative AI, which can create and analyze images, text, audio, videos, and more, is increasingly making its way into healthcare, pushed by both big tech firms and startups alike. Google Cloud, Google's cloud services and products division, is collaborating with Highmark Health, a Pittsburgh-based nonprofit healthcare company, on generative AI tools designed to personalize the patient intake experience. Amazon's AWS division says it's working with unnamed customers on a way to use generative AI to analyze medical databases for social determinants of health. And Microsoft Azure is helping to build a generative AI system for Providence, the not-for-profit healthcare network, to automatically triage messages to care providers sent from patients. Prominent generative AI startups in healthcare include Ambience Healthcare, which is developing a generative AI app for clinicians, Nabla, an ambient AI assistant for practitioners, and Abridge, which creates analytics tools for medical documentation. It's a long way from pedal bikes to Formula One. But that's precisely the quantum leap that AI-based startup Neural Concept and its co-founder and CEO, Pierre Bach, made in just 6 years. In 2018, the company's fledgling software helped develop the world's most aerodynamic bicycle. Today, 4 out of 10 Formula One teams use an evolution of that same technology. Along the way, Bach's company picked up contracts with aerospace suppliers like Airbus and Safran, earning a $9.1 million Series A raise in 2022. Now at 50 employees, Switzerland-based Neural Concept is working toward a Series B round while its software helps historic F1 teams like Williams Racing find their way back to the top of the world's premier form of motorsport. However, where Formula One cars rely on 1,000 horsepower hybrid V6 engines, Bach's first practical application of the technology was human-powered. This week in Las Vegas, 30,000 folks came together to hear the latest and greatest from Google Cloud. What they heard was all generative AI, all the time. Google Cloud is first and foremost a cloud infrastructure and platform vendor. If you didn't know that, you might have missed it in the onslaught of AI news. Not to minimize what Google had on display, but much like Salesforce last year at its New York City traveling roadshow, the company failed to give all but a passing nod to its core business, except in the context of generative AI, of course. Google announced a slew of AI enhancements designed to help customers take advantage of the Gemini large language model, LLM, and improve productivity across the platform. It's a worthy goal, of course, and throughout the main keynote on day one and the developer keynote the following day, Google peppered the announcements with a healthy number of demos to illustrate the power of these solutions. But many seemed a little too simplistic, even taking into account they needed to be squeezed into a keynote with a limited amount of time. They relied mostly on examples inside the Google ecosystem, when almost every company has much of their data in repositories outside of Google. Some of the examples actually felt like they could have been done without AI. During an e-commerce demo, for example, the presenter called the vendor to complete an online transaction. It was designed to show off the communications capabilities of a sales bot, but in reality, the step could have been easily completed by the buyer on the website. That's not to say that generative AI doesn't have some powerful use cases, whether creating code, analyzing a corpus of content and being able to query it, or being able to ask questions of the log data to understand why a website went down. What's more, the task and role-based agents the company introduced to help individual developers, creative folks, employees, and others have the potential to take advantage of generative AI in tangible ways.